G'day fellas. Welcome to the third game in the series between Kaiserklein and Knuschelbär in the $2,000 table topper. This is the final match, or the final series rather, in the entire event. So the entire event has been a preliminary series, two preliminary series, a semi-final, and a final that you're now witnessing game 3 of. This morning in the south of the map is Kaiserklein on his famous French. Now people might be asking, well, hold on a minute, Kaiserklein played French in the last game, why is he playing French now? Well, because it's the best of 9 that they're going to be playing, we said, you know what, you're allowed to play any civilization that you like twice. And not just that, but any civilization at all. So not just one civilization, any civilization you can play it twice. You can play French twice, and you can play British twice, if you like. So that's why we see the French coming out, again, for Kaiserklein. The second player in this game is going to be Knuschelbär. Knuschelbär playing the Chinese. And the map, of course, is Manchuria. So Manchuria is infamous for its flowing trade route, as well as the many a yak that spawn in the middle of the map. And China doing quite well on this map, just simply because you start off with villages, and the early yaks over here should be on the village. Okay, so double village start. So the yaks are going to be able to fatten up extra fast because of the villages here. So it's kind of like it's a livestock pen for 5 units, and because you make 2 villages, you basically get a free livestock pen. So a really, really nice start for China. And it's just about securing those extra yaks. We take a look and see how many Kaiserklein has managed to pick up. Let's see what we've got. So Kaiser's picked up 3 yaks, and Knuschelbär has picked up 5 yaks. So not too bad from the big Knusch. Knusch now sending northern refugees on the way. Let's take a look at his deck and see what he's got in store for us. He's got Water 1v. So Water 1v1. So we've got the 2 cards in age 2. 2 cards in age 1. In age 2, we've got the 2 war junks, as well as the fusion in age 3, and a few cards in the 4th age, but nothing too serious. We've got the fact that there's 2 upgrades in here really, to me, indicates he's not planning on doing a fast industrial. I'd look at this deck and I'd be like, all right, this is definitely a fast fortress kind of China that we'd be looking at. But Explorer getting in a fair bit of work. You know, Chia and Wan getting in a couple of good hits on these ginkgo leaves. Definitely going to be catching that. Let's go take a look at Kaiserklein, see what he's up to. He's sending the 3 Coureur de Bois on the way. He's got the New England deck, so no warship improvement. That's one of the differences in the New England deck. It's got the 2 caravels, it's got the frigate, but it doesn't have the warship improvement. That's where it's differentiated. So keep in mind, every player is going to be able to play a civilization twice. They can play all civilizations twice, but it doesn't matter whether they win, and it doesn't matter whether they lose with the civilization. If you play it twice, that's all that matters. So let's say you lost with France twice, bad luck, you can't play France again. Let's say you won with France twice, bad luck, you can't play France again. That way we don't get those sort of stale matchups that you see. I'm not sure if you guys, you know, I've seen a couple of other stuff, and it's like, all right, you know, the first game is France versus France, the second game is France versus Germans, the third game is Germans versus Germans, and then, you know, it just sort of like bounces around the same matchups very, very closely. And it's a way that we sort of like try and make it so that the matchups are a little bit more diverse, because, you know, if it's loss only, then potentially it means that a player could just play one civilization the entire tournament, if they lost every single game in the tournament, hypothetically. So it is possible. So it's something that we do to avoid. But a very nice treasure up here to the north, the 80 wood treasure. We've got Kaiserklein moving up. I don't think he's scouted this. He has actually scouted it. Oh my! So Noosh is standing by, looking like he wants to actually take it, but I think he's changed his mind. A lot less scouting done by Noosh, which is to be expected. He is on China, age up in Q, going up with the Summer Palace now, putting it in the front of his base. We've got 5, 6 villages, potentially. We've got the 4 that are on there, but 2 of them are moving out to herd. Okay, 1 of them's moving out to herd now. That villager is coming back, doing a bit of wood chopping. So whether we see the outpost or the trading post go up for Noosh, not too sure. We'll have to wait and see. Next shipment is ready, but it's only a first aid shipment. So now Noosh is going to be able to potentially get in some damage. Kaiserklein looks like he's going to be taking this trading post. Is he going to get it down? He does get it down. You sneaky Kaiserklein, you. Needs to get this disciple over here straight away. Needs to start putting damage onto this explorer. I don't think the explorer is going to go down before the trading post gets up, but he may potentially take it out. The issue that he's going to have is that Kaiserklein is on the way up. He's doing a 14 age up. He's getting those upgrades at the market. He's got hunting dogs on the way. He's got 170 wood in the bank at the moment, so potentially going to see that steel traps upon age up. And Kaiserklein really just appreciate... Oh, no. Oh, no. Noosh, you've just blocked yourself. Noosh, not like this. Noosh, you just blocked yourself. You let him get away. And now forfeiting, essentially. He would have been able to pull as well with his native scout, but his native scout's on the other side of the map, so I guess Kaiserklein really... Kaiserklein being so cheeky and just knowing that he's going to get up and get a heap of HP, giving up this the 80 wood treasure, I guess, and saying, I'll take the 80 coin and we'll call it even. So very well played to him for that. So we've got the 4 corridor bar followed by 700 wood, so probably going to be taking out this second trading post, or rather third trading post. Potentially going up and getting the trade cart upgrade as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. The 700 wood almost seems a little bit like overkill. We've actually got the stable going up in base. So we've got the steel traps almost complete now. Let's go take a look at Knuschelbär. He has aged up as well. 700 wood behind this. Dropping down a war academy. So both players looking to play a little bit more aggressive in the second age. Definitely not something I predict. I would have thought both of these players would have been rushing up to the third age. Trying to fight it out as much as possible. We've got an idle villager here. Is it gonna... It's gonna be... What, it almost looked like a little bit of a back herd, but I don't think it was. Huge cords of woods now getting gathered. The market upgrades are coming in as well for Knusch. He's getting the civil servants upgrade, going to increase his gather rate on everything. I think it's by 5%. I think it's by 5%. I don't think it's any more than that. A second village going up now, or rather a third village going up. Take a look at Kaiserklein, see what he's up to. Explorer in position, ready to drop that third trading post down. He's definitely macroed for a Hussar batch. He's got he's overgathered by about 40 coin at this point for his batch of 5 Hussars, if that's exactly what he wants to do. But he's got 3 villages now on the water buffalo. I don't think he's got 6 yaks still. Where are they all hiding? Oh, they're on this house. That's where they all are. Now getting all 5 of those out. Managing to take this treasure as well. 75 coin. We've got pikemen now beginning to siege down the trading post of Kaiserklein. And the second shipment comes in, or the third shipment rather, for the Fortress Age comes in. 5 Huss moving out, going to be looking to take out any potential villagers on this hunt. There are no villagers here though. Kaiserklein has confirmed that with his native scout. Native scout now going invisible, getting into position. Third trading post going up just as the first one is being killed. Looks like these Hussar are going to be moving over directly to this this mass of units that are sieging the trading post. And if Noosh isn't paying attention, he's going to be able to pick off the pikeman first. He does. He goes for the first pikeman. First pikeman goes down. No attention paid. And now microing his Hussar back so well. Second pikeman down. Third pikeman goes down. Barely getting any hits on here. And now just able to take down the whole first batch of units that came out for free. That's an expensive batch of units. And now we've got the Kashyyyks moving out. 3 Kashyyyks as well as 2 pikes. They're going to be able to chase it off and begin sieging up again. But I think at this point, Noosh has already had too much damage done to him. And Kaiser's definitely built up quite a nice little lead here. We don't see the stagecoach upgrade yet. But now the Hussar getting on top of the Kashyyyks, it's almost a little bit too close to... They flew too close to the sun at this point. Now the Kashyyyks are dying. And it looks like... Look at Kaiser. Look at the beautiful micro. Managing to get off the longest pike attack I've ever seen. You could have just thrown your pike at that distance. It was from here all the way over here. He managed to get the shot off. And now more Hussars coming in from the side. Look at this beautiful micro. Just as soon as a single Hussar gets hit, just pulling it back. We've got more Kashyyyks coming in to back up against the Hussars. And it looks like Kaiser is going to call it right there and say, you know what? It's a little bit too close for comfort. But looking at behind this though, Kaiserklein's already heading up to the third age. He's 200 food off it. He's got a corridor bar in queue. He's going to be up before 9 minutes. Meanwhile, Knuschelbär sending 700 coin, going to go up with the German allies. I like to see this. German allies is going to enable him access to trickles. So definitely going to be playing a bit more greedy, a bit more on the economic front. He's already getting his market upgrades. Blanket filters coming in as well. Is it filters or fillers? It's filters. You were right the first time, Drongo. Villager not being trained. There we go. Moving down onto the second trading post now. These sentries have been called. 6 siege attack on each of them. Slowly going to be trickling their health pool out. We've got the wood trickle as well as the food trickle coming in from the German consulate. So really nice to see here. Definitely a bit more of a semi-fast fortress. Undoubtedly going to be aging up now. Picking up the 700 coin. I'm curious whether we're going to see him going up with the porcelain tower, or whether we're going to see something a little bit more safe. I would like to see from Noosh something a little bit, you know what, I'd like to see the porcelain tower out of him. He's taking down these trading posts. The Exiled Prince is almost finished aging up. 5 Hussars, 6 Hussars on the back line now. Native Scout in position still. Barracks going down on the front line for Kaiserklein. What are we going to see out of him in the 3rd age? Are we going to see... We see 8 skirms as the first card ship. He's overpopped now. Going to be dropping down a house. Potentially dropping down 2 more houses. This trading post is going to go down. Highly unlikely that Noosh pushes any further than this. He doesn't have a lot of siege here, but he's going to be able to take down this second trading post. Get a little bit of a victory on for himself, and he does indeed walk away at this point. Quite a large mass of Hussar out on the field as well for Kaiserklein as well. So 11 Huss. Definitely a bit more heavy on Hussar than normal, and also training up Hussar as well. Kaiser, you know you reached the 3rd age, right? You don't have to make Hussars if you don't want to. You could be making cuirassiers, you could be making dragoons right now, but no, he's opting for this cavalry play, so definitely the right choice. He does have cav combat in the deck, which is definitely going to help him out. Uncovering that Ute Scout, but the Ute Scout managing to get away as well. And now we see, oh, here we go. Okay, he's going for El Polo Guapo's Golden Stirrups, which increase cavalry speed by 5%. Now it's all starting to make sense. That is going to be really nice for him. These cavalry already move quite fast, 6.75%. Or 6.75 movement speed, but we're going to see this increase. I'm curious what we see. 6.89 potentially? What do you guys reckon? 7.09. That is that's decent, man. That's almost as fast as a Dragoon. That is really fast. Speaking of Dragoons, we got 5 Dragoons on the way for Kaiserklein. Having a little bit of trouble with his housing. So managing now just to get in some more population space. Up to 13 skirmishers. Another shipment coming in for Kaiser. Are we going to see the 2 Falconets come in after this? No, we're going to see the 1,000 wood come in instead, because I think he's just really appreciating that he's having a bit of difficulty managing to keep up with his population space and making units out of both of these buildings. He does have the barracks as well as the stable that's up, but he's barely able just to keep up with a single barracks at this point, despite such a hardcore economy that he's got. But now moving almost all of his villages, or in fact moving all of his villages over onto food and coin, getting real serious. Now reaching the 3rd age for Knuschelbär. We do see him going up with the Confucian Academy, which is going to be giving him those big arquebuses. We've got discipline arquebuses. He's got 8 of them. He's also sending 10 from the home city, as well as having the Flying Crow in on the back line. We actually see the cost for the Flying Crow. It's 500 coin for that. But looking to hit a timing attack with these veteran Hussars. It's a really, really nice timing attack right now, hitting him just before 11 minutes, because it's going to enable him to take out the Chinese army before he reaches the 3rd, well, before he starts to really build up that mass. Chinese disciples now being trained by the Explorer. Explorer sitting on the back line, going to be soaking up a fair bit of damage, some nice hits here from the Hussars on top of that. And villagers, or settlers rather, actually, no, they are villagers, running away from the village, evacuating the scene, because it's gotten to the point where, a pretty good pop right here. Not the best. It wasn't immediate. They weren't on top of them straight away, but managing to chase away. But Kaiserklein just absolutely just destroying Noosh with this timing attack. A huge mass from him. Let's take a quick stock take and see what Kaiserklein's got. He's got the 10 Hussars, the 6 Dragoons, and 14 veteran skirmishers. Now, when you compare that to Noosh and what he's on, well, he doesn't have any shipments in queue at this point. He's sent 10 arquebuses from the home city, and that's it. I mean, he's trained 4 cavalry units. He's got the 2 meteor hammers, the 2 iron flails. Whereas Kaiserklein, he's onto his 4th unit shipment, or 4th shipment for the 3rd age at this point. So really just demonstrating, you know, the way that he's been able to take the trading line, the way that he's been able to leverage the XP that he's gotten from it, has really demonstrated the skill that he's got. Just because, you know, that's incredible to see how many units he's been able to get out, and just the level of, I guess, complexity in the strategy. I was very surprised to see veteran Hussars, but you know, obviously demonstrating a really, really fundamental knowledge of the matchup and the way that it works, and hitting that timing right there. Just knowing that, oh, my opponent's playing, you know, kind of age 2, so I'm going to have this window where I can hit him, and when I hit him, like, I'm going to do the veterancy upgrades, and just getting that perfect house in right now. Kaiserklein just on fire right now. This is insane. To me, it looks like Kaiserklein's going to be moving towards a 3-0 potentially here at this point. And keep in mind, this is a best of 9 series, but, you know, starting off a series with a 3-0 is pretty damn impressive. I'll say that much. This is crazy, especially considering that this was Knuschelbär's choice of map and matchup as well, so keep that in mind. nonetheless, Noosh beginning to build up some units now on the backline. It looks like the Ute Scout is going to go down just because the Explorer for the Chinese has just uncovered it. No, Ute Scout, not like this. Unfortunate. Very difficult to pick up something like that. The Explorer regenerating health was being moved into somewhat of a greedy position. But now the Cav Combat coming in. It's going to be the timing that attempts to end it all. Typically, you want to attack right as Cav Combat comes in. It's a power spike, and the sooner you can attack with it, then the less likely your opponent's going to be able to deal with it. And now the Explorer going to be going down. One Bowden going down, taking that third trading post back, getting in the stagecoach upgrade. 33 villagers at the moment, a whole bunch of idols that have just been picked up. Got a bit of a fight breaking out at the moment. It was starting to look like a skirmish, but now Knuschelbär saying, you know what, you want to fight, let's fight. Got the two Falconets on the back line. Looks like they're going to be able to get off pretty nice volleys. First one into the infantry, second one into the cavalry. Quite a nice block here, but it's not going to be enough. I think these Meteor Hammers are going to be able to get on top with the Iron Flails in front of them. First Falconet going down. Second Falconet about to go down, but it doesn't even matter because look at the size of the army left over for Kaiserklein. He's 8,000 score up right now. He is just on another level. Knuschelbär at the end of the month of March was the #1 ranked player on the ladder. He had more points than anybody else. And despite that, Kaiserklein is able to come into this match and just completely make it look like he is not even a captain. It is incredible the way that he's able to use this civilization and to manipulate it, and his understanding of this matchup is just incredible. I'm in awe right now of just how well that timing attack hit. We've got a bit of a raid now breaking out. Kaiserklein managing to lose a first Coureur de Bois of the game, I think it is. 5 Meteor Hammers being called in as well. Villager going to be going down. I think this is not the first villager that's going to be going down. And I suspect at this point in time, it's just a matter of waiting for Kaiserklein imploring Knuschelbär to resign, which has definitely been a theme throughout the game. We've now got the yaks being eaten, about 270 food on each of those yaks as they go down. A house now going up for Kaiser as well. More Meteor Hammers moving out across the map from the recent shipment. We've got the Territory Army being trained, as well as the Territory Army coming out from the Summer Palace. We've got a Discipline Iron Flail, which is going to get picked off by the Coureur de Bois. It's got that area of effect damage, but taking down one Coureur de Bois with it as it goes down. And now we've got a bit of a fight. A little bit more of a tussle. I think he's going to get a second Coureur de Bois here. So I think that's 3 Coureur de Bois that he's managed to take down in total. The French Cuirassier now taking it away. Got the skirmishers on the front line. Kaiserklein definitely in a strong position here. The Flying Crow in particular is going to be difficult to deal with. But I suspect with this many units, it's not going to be that hard. That is a lot of units. He's going to be quite easily able to overwhelm his opponent at this point. A village going up to the right-hand side, going to provide that little bit of housing for Noosh that he does need. He is population blocked at the moment. 16 idols as well on the back line. Explorer just getting a little bit of damage on him from the veteran skirmishers. Villager going down. I'd be very curious to see the villager graph at the end of this. A lot of villagers have died this game compared to other games. Kaiserklein just really looking in great form right now. And now the Flying Crow moving towards the front and trying to take head on the cavalry of his opponent. But as a result, it means the Arquebuses have been pushed out of position. The Hussar are now moving towards the final fight. We've got the Dragoons. Look at the size of the Dragoon mass on the back. We've got 18 Dragoons, 25 skirmishers, a huge mass for Kaiserklein. Still, despite that, managing to fall back and really just micro, watching out, taking down those Changdao. And now Knuschelbär reaching a level 28 home city in the middle of the battle. Trying to distract Kaiserklein, put him off, put him onto a bit of tilt, but it's not going to do it. Kaiserklein now just securing an absolute, total domination over Knuschelbär. I'm waiting for him to implore him to resign right now. Where is it? Implore him, Kaiserklein. Tell him. Implore him. There it is. It's the good game. Ladies and gentlemen, Kaiserklein up 3-0 in this series. How is this guy, like, this is insane. This is insanity. This is ridiculous. Look at the all resources gathered, miles ahead. He's got that stagecoach running in. military unit population. There's not one point in this game where Kaiserklein even looks like he is, you know, in a position where... how does he do it? How does he do it? And villager count, let's have a look. He takes Knuschelbär down from 31 down to 28, loses another vill, and then he loses one villager here himself. Was it really only one villager that he lost? I thought I saw more than one. I must have been seeing things. I thought I saw more than one die. Maybe I'm crazy.